polling suggests that Donald Trump is as strong a candidate today as he's ever been, despite the legal storm that surrounds him. But he hasn't had this level of media attention in a while. According to the latest New York Times Siena College poll, only 26% of registered voters say they were paying a lot of attention to the news about the legal cases against him. So, will the wall-to-wall coverage of his first criminal trial and the new details we will inevitably learn have any impact on voters, or will Trump simply try to spin his mandatory attendance, as he did today when he left the courthouse? Joining us now, New York Times chief White House correspondent Peter Baker, also an MSNBC political analyst. So, Peter, Trump has Wednesdays and weekends to go on the, political trail. Where does this leave his campaign, though, going forward?
Well, look, a traditional candidate might find that a bit of a hindrance, not being able to be out there, not to be able to have as many rallies, not to be able to shake as many hands and kiss as many babies and all of that. But this is not a traditional candidate. It's not a traditional campaign. And in fact, the courthouse in some ways is a part of his campaign at this point. His campaign is making the argument that he is a victim. He is a victim of a political witch hunt, a persecution, and that's part of his appeal to his base. I'm a victim, I just like because you are. In fact, they're coming after me because they're coming after you. Grievance and victimhood are central to his argument. And so while a courthouse is not a traditional campaign stop, he's making it, in fact, integral to his own campaign for another term.
Do you think that as we go down the line and as we get closer to November and as these cases continue to be a focus of many people's attention, that it could start turning some against the former president, maybe some who haven't made a decision one way or another?
Well, the problem is, of course, there's no history here for us to point to say, aha, this is how it normally happens, right? We haven't had a president before, much less major party presidential candidate on trial before, much less for 4 trials. So, yeah, we were kind of in uncharted territory. On its face, the traditional rules of politics would be, yeah, of course, this would be damaging. Normally swing voters don't sit there and say, well, I didn't vote for the guy last time, but now that he's on trial, I should vote for him this time. That wouldn't be the logic you would normally expect in the political world. But a lot of people thought that he would lose traction when he was indicted, and that obviously didn't happen, not among Republicans anyway. But you're right to point out that this is a general election, not a Republican primary, and the people who haven't been willing to go for him up until now are swing voters, middle of the electorate kind of voters who might, in fact, find this disturbing. And some polls, including ours at the New York Times, have shown that a small number of Republicans, not a lot, but a small number of Republicans, say they might back away from him if he were actually convicted of one of these trials. And that doesn't have to be a lot to change the outcome. We know it's only going to be a handful of states that really matter. In some of those states, the vote could come down to 10,000, several tens of thousands of votes. And so a small difference could make a difference. And I think that's the thing nobody can really predict at this point.
Peter Baker, great seeing you, my friend. I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Hey everyone, MSNBC has a new and improved app. You'll get real-time alerts and analysis, live blogs, in-depth essays, video highlights, and the best 2024 election coverage. Download the new MSNBC app. Here's how to do it. You tap on the App Store on your phone. You hit search on the bottom right corner. You type in MSNBC. You click on the MSNBC app. You click on Get or the cloud icon and enjoy it.